guys and girlies. So I am so sorry I haven't posted on YouTube for like 3 weeks. I just want to try and explain now a little bit. So I have literally been so busy, and I've had to do, you know, like I've said before, like a bit of reassessing. Well, that's what I've had to do, because I'm like, right, I've got this bill coming out. My rent is obviously higher now, and now I'm in Maidenhead, and I've all the bills, and I was like, right, okay, I need to really put my head down into my escorting work and do my OnlyFans and things that are really paying the dough. So that's what I've done. And also, and this is what I mainly wanted to talk to you guys about as well, especially the girlies out there. So I've always had, so let's it's going to be a little bit of a period talk actually. So because I think it's quite important actually to speak about the whole PMT periods, you know. So yeah, I think it's quite important. Oh, I've got my little jumper on today because I feel all like comfy, you know. I'm in a hotel in Bristol and I'll be travelling back to London today. I've got a little interview, well, a little saying hi. I've got to go to the little BBC buildings and go and speak to Mighty Productions and just go and speak to them and say hi guys and girlies. So I got to go and do that today. So that's a little bit of info. So I came to Bristol yesterday because I did a little like get together, kind of outdoor sexual meet, which will talk more about that as I'm going to be posting more as well, when haven't been so mental with like PMT, coming up to the period, everything like that. So, but I'm going to talk a bit about periods. So my whole life has been very sporadic. So I think I got my first period when I suffered with anorexia for quite a long time in my teens. So I think I got my first period, God, when I didn't think I even had a proper one till I was like 19, even though I had my son at 17. So I wasn't having really, like, I didn't really have them because I was starving myself most of the time. So then boom, obviously, you know, you got to eat to have a healthy mind and everything like that. So I started getting them, but kind of sporadic. So they've always been very sporadic. But then so with all the mental side of things and everything, I've always really suffered anyway. So coming up to the period, it always be like 2 weeks before. I always get really watery as well, really watery. But 2 weeks before, 1 to 2 weeks before, it depends how my body's like, what it's doing, I will like not feel very focused. I will basically not stick to my healthy eating at all. I just go, fuck it, basically, stuff it, you know. I'm just going to eat what I want, and that's not really like me. It's not really going to the gym or anything like that. So I've always really suffered. So coming into my 30s, the past 2 years, I've just turned 32. A couple of weeks, was it a couple of weeks ago? 23rd November, yeah. Big 32. I love it because I love it because I actually feel younger. I'm going back the other way, you know. So yeah, so what I experience now, so I do look at my body a lot more. So as I've come into my 30s, I'm like, right, darling, you got to look after your body a bit more. And I wish I did this a bit more in my teens and 20s, but I wasn't in a position mentally to do that, especially you know, with my other addictions, food, cocaine, you know. So yeah, but I now feel I take care of my body a lot more. I look into my body a lot more. So, and that's a really good thing. So if you're in your teens and 20s at the moment and you're in that mode where, yeah, I am ready to look after my body, you know, you might not be in that partying mode, or, you know, in a kind of lifestyle that you need to use things to help you every day, whether that's prescription drugs or the other. So yeah, so it's but I like talking about these things because hopefully I can help you. So that's the main thing for me. So let's go back to it. So because I look at my body a lot more, so my periods have been very regular the past 2 years. Really, regular as in about every 4 to 8 weeks. I would say the past 6 months, they have been spot on. So I've just come on my period today, but it explains a lot of things. So it depends how my body is coping, how it wants to react to the period coming up. So this month has been quite bad. Sometimes I will, so these are the things that I get. Don't want to go to the gym, just want to eat shit and crap food all the time, and I can't stay focused on eating healthy. I get very, very watery. That could be due to eating the food as well, but like today, I am a water balloon. I put it on a little bit around my face, and don't worry, this makeup is hiding it a little bit more, but you probably notice I'm a bit like... I get really around my... I also get really bad cellulite somehow on the back of my legs every time I'm coming up to it. So it's really, really frustrating and annoying. But as soon as I come on my period, I'm like, wow, clear head again. Today I've got a clear head, feel a little bit moody because of the pain. Didn't have any tampons ready, so I've got a couple of like wet wipes shoved up there, femme fresh at the moment, which I'm going to go and sort that out. But I'm real, babes. I'm real, you know me, I'll talk about anything. So yeah, and I've just known my whole mentality the last 2 weeks, I haven't, and this is the reason I haven't really posted or anything like. The past 2 weeks I've been basically taking my son to school and then struggling the rest of the day, just wanting to basically go from my bed to my fridge, and that's about it. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I haven't really gone to the gym, maybe twice a week. I do take care of myself, but I've been like, oh, do you know what, stuff it, I'm going to eat what I'm just going to stuff my face. And it's that whole unfocused thing, and it does my head in, but I really, really suffer. My mum and my sister, my mum really suffered and my sister really suffers, and yeah, it's one of those things, and we are bitches every time on the period. Yes, bitches. So if you're going through the same thing, now there are some things that can help. Obviously, I have been prescribed antidepressants before, but I don't really want to take those. But it's just, you know what, it's just riding it. And some months I get 1 week that I feel like that. Up to my period, the week before my period, just 1 fucking week that I'm like in bed and I'm like, oh, you know, I don't want to get out of bed. Sometimes, like this month, it's been about 2 weeks. I started to get really unfocused, and then boom, then a kind of PMT, like, and it's so funny how the body reacts. Also, it coming into these kind of winter months when there isn't a lot of sun, I've got one of those mood lights, and that does help. I switch that on in the morning when I have my coffee, and that does help a lot. But I still feel the unfocused thing and everything like that. So I really, girls, you know, whether you're in, oh, the other thing is so funny, right? It's so funny. So you know what a sexual being I am, you know that, and I absolutely love it. But like, so actually, yes, so the right day before my period, I get a real high, a real sexual high. So like yesterday, I went and did like an outdoor meet. I felt good, yeah. I actually felt really good yesterday. I got a real sexual buzz the day before. Today, not feeling that great. I don't really want to be touched. So I don't know if you girls in the business as well, in the escorting business, you don't really want, I don't particularly like working on my period or anything like that. That's just me. Yeah, I just don't really like it. But like tomorrow and so from Sunday, even though I'm still like bleeding and that, I feel fine again, you know. And then I've got another like 2 weeks where I know I feel okay, and it could possibly be the 2 weeks or the 1 week up to my period again. So I know when it's coming, I know my feelings, and it explains why I was feeling like that before. So you girlies out there, whether you're escorts in the business or you're girls, you know, teenager, 20s, 30s, 40, you know, I do understand. I understand, and don't feel that you're alone. Don't feel that you're abnormal or anything like that. It is due to your little hormones going round. So don't you feel alone. The reason why I'm doing this today is because I'm sat in, I don't know if you can see, but I'm sat in this position because my stomach is my womb is absolutely killing. It feels like it's got like a sharp knife going right into it. So this is why I'm sat like this, because it takes a bit of the pain away. I find as well, so my periods are very, very heavy as well. So today will be quite heavy. Tomorrow will be horrendous. And tomorrow I've got a performance tomorrow. So I'm going to be having like 2 tampons, maybe 3 shoved up there, just so I really don't want to bleed on stage, you know, because I'm at VFD tomorrow, doing a meet and greet for all my fans. So I'm so glad it's actually come today, because the real pain's today, but the more blood is tomorrow. So it's just one of those things that us women have to go through. But it is knowing your body a lot more, and I am really glad now that I knew what that was. I'm feeling I feel like this little cloud, this little PMT cloud is lifted now. Now I'm bleeding and I feel good. I feel a lot better today, even though I'm in pain. And then it explains why I've been so unfocused a couple of weeks before. So like I said, sometimes it's 2 weeks, sometimes it's 1, but it really does explain it, where I just want to stay in bed and eat crap. But yeah, we get through it, don't we? And I just want you girlies to know out there that you're not alone. I really do want you to know that. And I know how bad it can be sometimes, you know, with the feelings and bleeding and everything. So what do I use? I use tampons. I usually just use little ones where you just actually shove. I hate those applicator things. They never go in properly. I like to do it myself, because then it go, you know, I can push it how deep I want. I don't use pads. I don't like the feeling of it going, you know, I just feel them really uncomfortable. And especially I don't wear knickers. I don't ever wear knickers. So it's just so much easier to not use pads for me. I wouldn't feel comfortable either using a cup, so that's what I use. And I've also noticed, so let's just talk a little bit about discharge as well. So my smell down there really changes throughout the month. How much discharge I get and everything like that, it changes. And this month I have been really heavy with the discharge, and really it stinks actually. And I've been like, you know, because I get my tests done so often, I'm like, and that doesn't smell like anything. You know, I've had chlamydia and gonorrhea in the past, and it doesn't smell anything like that. It's literally like, you know, pre-period kind of smell, and it's really annoying. It gets in all my clothes. I know how it is, so I'm constantly changing. I have loads of pairs of leggings with me. Like I said, I don't like wearing pads, and it's not particularly healthy to have things shoved up there. You need your pussy to breathe. You need your pussy to breathe. So yeah, but I will say one thing: if you need any help out there, I'm just saying my experiences. You know, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I have been to the doctors about PMT. Actually, after I had my son, I did go to the doctor then because I had really bad depression for 2 years after having him. Bless his little cotton socks. I found it really difficult because I was out on my own and everything like that. So I really suffered then, and I did go to the doctors about it then because I was really suffering, you know, mentally. Now, if you really are, and if it is affected, I'm kind of dealing with it. I don't particularly feel I need to go to the doctor. I'm dealing with how I feel. I can kind of see what's happening, and it's all to do with my hormones, and that's why, because there isn't anything particularly in my life that is like, you know, I work hard. So I would say a thing in my life is probably money, you know, it's just one of those things. Gives me and my son opportunity. I worry all the time about it, but that's just one thing, you know. At least I got my health. My son, most importantly, has got his health. But so it's just knowing about your body, and I am, since I said, since I turned 30, I am knowing a lot more about my body and my periods and everything like that, and it's healthy to, I know as well, I am quite grateful that I have my periods. I know my body is going like, yeah, you're all right, mate, because I know if I go underweight too much, if, you know, sometimes I go through little episodes where I'm like, I'm not eating anything, I'm fat, you know, all that type of thing. If I drop too much underweight, they don't happen. So I know that I'm at a healthy balance. Even though I feel like a water balloon today, I feel gross. I'm hurting. I feel gross today. But like I said, if you do need any help or anything like that, girlies, go and see a doctor, or go to the sexual health clinic, because also they can help you with like periods and everything like that. You know, and also options. There's always options out there, but there's so much you know, like medically that can be done and help you, especially if your periods are really heavy, like too heavy, where you're changing, you don't want to be changing your tampon like less. So hold on, just give me 2 secs. Like tomorrow I'll probably have to change my tampon every 2-3 hours, and I'll have 2 up there just for tomorrow. But gain is knowing my body, and I'm really heavy tomorrow, and then it's fine on the 3rd day. So the pain's gone and I'm not so heavy. Yes. So my guys, well guys, if you're listening to this as well, hey, just give you a little insight onto women's periods and how they actually feel. It isn't just like bleeding and they're, you know, you're fucking mental. Some girls, you know, go through it and it's absolutely fine, but I'm a fucking mental. So yeah, but girlies as well, I hope you're okay. And if you're going through your period, I am on it too at the moment. So I love you.